All
So
right.
is your cigar not even lit yet?
Not even lit yet, man. So, you guys ever see one of these guys? It's got a little stopper in the back. Pretty cool. So you can't mess it up. See? Here we go. Ready? One, two, three. Done. There it is. And then you go, just made a mess all over my desk. That's nice. We're lighting up. It's Ash to Ash Social Podcast. We like cigars. Drew Pastel, welcome to the stage, buddy.
Appreciate you for having me, Eric. Thanks so much.
Well, it's not really even having you. It's you're part of this 50-50. I just came up with the name.
No sweat. So
Um,
you did a
so he,
straight cut today. I'm going to be doing a punch that's on the end of my lighter to get my cigar rolling. So
that's
this is
dope
what
in
I'm
real life.
using today.
Mm, she's tight today. It's a tight cigar today. It's very hard to pull and draw air through sometimes because of either humidity or tight roll, whatever you have it. But um, ooh, it's good though. What are you smoking today?
So I've got a Rocky Patel Edge. Here's the label. And I
Nice.
have to take the label off because it's on the edge of the cigar whenever you buy these. And these are also notoriously known to be tight wound. So you should take a nice strong draw on this one. Every cigar is a little different, but these usually are, because they're hand rolled, they're usually a little tighter.
I like that. So there's all kinds of different cuts for a cigar, right? By the way, Ash to Ash Cigar Podcast is a social environment for you guys to come in and get, pretend like you know what you're talking about after you're done with watching the podcast. You get a chance to figure out what it looks like to cut it, to smoke it, to taste the intricate details of each and every smoke. But here's the best part. We can do it socially, we can do it together, we can do it without having to even pick up our phones. Mine is on silent today, just to make sure. And today I am smoking a Partigas. You guys ever seen those? That's a Partigas. What do you know about this brand, Drew?
Tell me, man, I don't know anything about it. Let's act like I don't know anything about it
Oh
because
my
I don't
gosh.
know anything about it.
I love it. Okay, so Partigas is a Cuban originated brand, which most are. But for today, let's talk about who they are today. So this is a Partigas Cortado, and this is the one of the best morning smokes that I've got. I bought 2 or 3 boxes of these things. Has a spice, a really creamy cigar. And if you notice the color on it, it's really light. It's got a little bit of pepper, not much, but the earthiness, the creaminess goes really well with a coffee in the morning or a tea. And it's made in Nicaragua. It's Connecticut shade grown, which is the coloration of the outside. The binder is Indonesian, believe it or not, and I love it. And then you've got this filler that's also full of uh, oh gosh, Mexican San Andreas, Jalapa. There's all kinds of stuff in this one. It's not just one. So it kind of gives a rounded, I don't know, lighter effect. What do you got going on?
Mm. So this is the Rocky Patel Edge Maduro. All right.
Mm,
So the edge, that's the one with here's the label that comes on the edge. So it's really easy to see. But this one is a lighter tan label on the inside. They've got some nice little phrasing to go along with it. But um, I like these because the price point is very, very friendly. $8 to $12 at any cigar shop. But this is a medium to full cigar. It is not a full bodied cigar. It's not a medium cigar, but it's right in the middle of medium to full. The leaf, the outside leaf on this one is a Honduran leaf. This is what the most of the flavor comes from on this cigar. It's a Habano leaf, which creates spice in your draw, what you taste. The binder is Mexican. The interior has Nicaraguan, Panamanian, and some other secret leaves in there. So this one also has a mixture within it, but they keep some of it a trade secret so nobody can copy it. But you will note salt and pepper in your smokiness, maybe a little bit of leather, cedar. Even I can't taste everything that's in here. I just like it because it's a medium to full bodied cigar. This is also a cigar, Eric, That is constantly rated as one of the top cigars around, always rated over 90. Most of these are on a 100-point scale. So 92, 93 is a very common rating for this cigar. So for $8 to $12 cigar to be rated that high, really nice and cost effective.
You
That's
know, our last podcast, we talked about pricing a little bit. This retails for $8.99 now. Okay. I paid $2.47 because I bought it in a box in quantity online. I'm not going to say that everybody should do that. Trying to figure out the cigars they like, you should probably go to a local shop and talk to somebody and support those local shops because I promise you, you're not going to need them just for cigars. You're going to need them for the social aspect too. And you'll get to know those people and the people that come there, and you actually have a really good time with this as the equalizer. Doesn't matter what you look like, what you smell like, doesn't matter. These guys are the equalizer.
And this isn't like nobody's paying us to support these cigars. These are not given to us. We buy these with our own money. So this is what we actually partake in. This is a cigar that I normally have. I feel very confident if you like a medium to full bodied cigar, this one is a very nice cigar, very price sensitive. And sure, you can absolutely get it online in quantity and mass at a little discount. But if you just buy one at your local cigar shop, 8 to 12 is probably a pretty good range nationwide to pick this up. And that's totally fine. Eric, I won't even be halfway done with this before our episode's over. This is an hour long, maybe hour 15 cigar for $8 or $10. Totally worth the price point.
I completely agree. Um, you know, we were talking about, explaining these cigars, and one of the important attributes of discussing these cigars is where they came from, because why? Why is it important where they come from?
Ooh, okay. You ready for a story? Story time. It's Drew's
Story time.
story time. Okay, so I was in a cigar shop in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Went through it. It was a nice little cigar shop. And there was a guy behind the counter who was going through the shelves. I was like, hey, man, you got anything unique here? He's like, actually, I do have something unique. And he reaches behind the counter, pulls out this old wooden box with these like leather hinges on it and opens it. And Eric, in this wooden box were cigars with a Nazi label. They had the swastika on it. They had serial numbers on it because the Nazis documented everything. And he told me the story about how he got them, blah, blah, blah. But they knew that based on the serial numbers, where the tobacco came from. So in Europe, when the Nazis took over things, they just took them. And the tobacco was from a European country. I actually bought these. I knew the perfect reason to have these. So I bought several, called my Jewish friends up in New York City. I was like, hey, man, I'm coming to you. I got something we're going to do. So me and a bunch of Jews smoked a whole bunch of Nazi cigars. It was a great time.
Oh my God, that is amazing. Oh,
But
they're
Eric,
rolling over in their graves.
they were. It was
Fantastic.
great. Everybody had a good time.
Um,
Cigars were terrible, though. They were terrible.
I can't believe you smoked them, bro.
Yeah, I mean, these are like 80-year-old cigars. I had them in my humidor. I was trying to bring them back to a good place, because in Europe you can't grow tobacco that's going to
Mhm.
taste fine. This is why Cuban cigars were so important, 100 years ago, 80, 60 years ago, because that was the one place that was a tropical place where the soil was just such and such to grow tobacco well. Tobacco came from them discovering the new world. They didn't even have it before they discovered the new world. Not that they really discovered it, but Europe is not designed to grow it. So yes, your tobacco absolutely matters where it's grown, and most of the pallets that govern cigars say a volcanic soil in Latin or South America, maybe the Caribbean, has the right soil and acid texture to grow the best tobacco in the world. And I mean, most of us agree it's really difficult to find good tobacco other places. There are some places that a select few, like Connecticut or India in some regards, but most of the cigars we have, they come from a certain part of the world, and that's South America, Latin America, the Caribbean, because of their soil content. It absolutely matters.
All right,
No,
I'm
no
gonna, I'm
Nazi
gonna,
cigars.
not nice. Yeah, that's weird. All right, I'm gonna quiz you. What's the number one location for cigars?
You mean where they grow them?
Um, According to Cigar Aficionado, what's the number one location for cigars?
Hmm. I don't know what they might say, but my guess would be Nicaragua because I that's a lot of great
That's
tobacco that's grown out of there.
that's number three.
Okay, give it to me. What's the other two?
Number one is Cuba,
Oh, okay.
kind
Yes.
of given, right? And
Yes.
that's a lead-in question here, by the way. And then number two is Dominican Republic.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. That's cool. And
And
yeah.
the biggest emerging market in the world, where is
Uh-huh.
it? Where do you think?
Is it India?
It isn't. It's the United States.
Oh, okay, good, good. Yeah, a lot of our tobacco, my family, my dad's side of the family were tobacco farmers, but most of the tobacco in America was given to these big cigarette companies, or like they put it in a slosh. You lose all the tobacco. There's no reason they just mass quantified it, growed it as quickly as they can. They
Right.
still had smokehouses and stuff, but it wasn't like how true cigar fans like it. Slowly aged tobacco. Most American companies back in the day would not do that because it wasn't cost effective. So I'm glad to hear that that's an emerging market because we need good tobacco, and I would love it if we had it here in America. That'd be great.
Yeah, Florida, I think, is number two to Connecticut.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time where the Florida Keys was a great cigar making area, and then it just became too expensive to have anything. I've actually stayed in an old cigar warehouse in the Florida Keys that has been converted into a hotel
Oh.
because that little cigar company just couldn't make enough cigars to justify selling their land for $20 million to some big large entity, you
Right.
know.
It's too enticing for
Yeah, that's
sure.
right. That's right.
Um, okay, so we labeled off as Cuba being number one. It's a very opinionated answer here, okay? Very opinionated. Are Cubans actually worth the cost?
No, 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 no. Again, 60 years ago, there was only one place that made great cigars, and that was it. And then the next place was the Florida Keys, which is like 60 miles from Cuba, right? Or 90 miles from Cuba. So even the other place that created some cigars was right next to Cuba. But now there's so many great cigar companies, so many great places that are quantifying good tobacco. You can absolutely get a great smoke without breaking the bank at all. Because a normal Cuban, Eric, is like $40, sometimes 60. There's $80 Cuban. It's just, and then the average person can't tell the difference.
I would agree with that. And to be honest with you, knowing now that most of the seed that had been taken from Cuba and planted in other areas may even be better than what it was originally.
Yeah. I mean, now they can work under like technology has created an environment where we can share ideas and learn how to do things much more efficiently. So this is why some of the places really keep their farms private. They don't tell you the exact location,
Mhm.
but they grow it in the same manner. They all water it in the same way. They dry it out in the same way. They age it in the same process because that piece of it you can learn from others and do it well. Now,
You
there's
know,
still a secret, like the old guy in the room that can do it. He can do it.
he can
But
do
you
it.
and I, we can learn how to do it pretty effectively too.
Um, I'll tell you a company that surprised me with their process. I just went on YouTube and started looking at factory tours, and Placencia, man, they've really got a process for their tobacco.
Eric, those cigars are knockout. Those are knockout cigars, man.
Hmm.
But they retail for like 25 or 26 bucks now.
That's exactly right. And I've got six in my humidor right now out of thousands, and they I haven't smoked one to date because I just don't want to. I don't know. I can't spend that much money on a cigar. Something I burn, you know.
Yeah, they are really great, but there's so many other good cigars that are half the price.
Agreed.
There, there's certainly a market and a certain type of person that can afford that cigar. I ain't it.
Right. I will say I've got a couple of friends that have a regular Cuban smoke on their rotation throughout the week, and and they swear by it. They know them pretty well.
Yeah, they are good.
Um,
They're
but
good.
anyways, what's something else you wanted to hit today? We got the cut down. We got where things are made. We asked what is that Cuban? What else you got on the list today?
So on my list, I'm trying to think what's on my list, man. I don't.
Oh, you don't have it in front of
You, yeah. Do you have it in front of
you?
you?
It's okay. I've got this giant screen in front of me and it's got everything there. So I'll just steer it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No, I want to make this quick and punchy. I want the most value within 25 minutes possible. And okay, so we talked about those things. Let's switch gears.
Okay.
Best cigar holiday.
Ooh, the best holiday. I personally like the 4th of July because usually on the 4th of July, it's warm. I can do this outdoors. I don't have to go inside. There's usually some activities that we are doing as a family or friends outdoors, which makes it a social thing. I get to smoke a cigar all into the night. Everybody's up having a great time watching the fireworks. It's a great day for cigars. I feel like cigars taste better when it's hot out, especially if there's a little humidity out with it. That's my personal favorite weekend or holiday for a cigar.
That's probably true because I love a morning cigar, and it's usually when the dew is still heavy, and I've got a warm drink and Bonanza's on, or was it Gunsmoke? But yeah, I would say that you had wrote down at one point Ash Wednesday, which I thought was funny.
Oh yeah, I forgot I mentioned that because that would be a good pun, But yeah, I have smoked a cigar outside when it's cold. It just doesn't hit the same way. I like it when it's warm, a little humidity in the air. The environment that you grow the tobacco in. That seems to be the right environment and the right holidays to enjoy one.
Hence why Tampa and Miami are so amazing for cigars.
Yeah. Now,
Um,
can
okay,
you
so
think? Oh, go ahead. You
no,
first.
no, no, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I was going to say because now that you're saying this, I can remember what's on the list now.
Oh, good, good.
So when you look back to television or music or movies, do you have something that you're like, man, this is a great cigar music or a great cigar movie? Or is there anything like that that makes you envision cigars in your mind, like entertainment wise?
Um, I used to have a boat, and I used to like getting out on the boat quite a bit. Um, that was a good location, but as far as um, are you answer first, and let me give me a chance to think about that one.
I like to root for the cigar smoker in the movie. Okay. So several movies have some prominent featured, even if they're the bad guys, I'm like, that guy's on me. So, like The Sopranos, always with the cigars, right?
Do you
Uh,
remember? Hey, do you remember which cigars they smoked?
oh, no. Which one?
So they are CAO brand cigars.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
There's this old movie that I watched. I mean, for the first time, maybe 2 years ago. I never even heard of it. And I was like, what is this? And it was called Witness for the Prosecution. And it started out with this guy in a car with a nurse, and he's like, my nurse won't let me have my whiskey and cigars. And like the first 5 minutes was about him like trying to sneak around getting his cigar in. I'm like, I'm hooked. I'm rooting for this guy already, whatever he's doing.
That's so funny. Okay, so movie. First thing I think about is a guy with a cigar going, "Oh my God!" That Chris Farley thing that he used to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but it may not necessarily. I'm not. I mean, I know you're a huge movie buff, but I can't think of any correlation to cigar. I can think of things. I think that's why I went to boat earlier. Um, so I'll say Winston Churchill obviously is a huge player for the cigar scene. Um, Hemingway, people, I will say this, the correlation and artistry in general, right? When they smoke a cigar, I usually pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
I mean,
Arnold would always be having a cigar.
dude, I just saw T2 intro I was looking at Harley's online, and it was telling about how that movie Cameron set that up with Harley Davidson. And when Arnold's sitting there on the bike with a cigar, sitting on a fat boy, it like it like boosted sales like they'd never seen before in Harley Davidson. And it's a feel. It's all part of the look, right? But to this day, that man is still smoking.
I mean, I've always been a Metallica fan. Only recently did Hetfield start showing him smoking a cigar, right? Like he's going on stage with a cigar, like puffing away on. He walks on the stage and puts the cigar out. I'm like, I'm definitely a Metallica fan now. If James Hetfield is smoking a cigar that soon, right before he gets on, I wonder if it helps him with the singing. Probably makes him have a gravelly voice.
Have you had his blackened M81 yet?
Mm-mm.
It's good.
Oh, is
It's
it?
it's good.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he they kind of contributed that to him, and that's what he's smoking when he's walking. Like he did a lot of video feed, like him standing there prepping before he goes on stage, and like you know what I'm talking about. He's standing there and he's puffing away, and they're playing like non-aggressive music for before they walk on, and and he comes on and they turn on his guitar and he just plugs in and he puts down the cigar and walks on, and that's his last thing is this, right?
I'm a fan
Um,
already. I'm even more of a fan now. More of a fan.
I agree with you. Now, Lars, he could smoke a cigar. I could not watch that, but whatever. Um, that's cool. All right. So we were talking about all these people that were my celebrities. Who's some of your celebrities inside of cigars?
Oh, I mean, so yeah, most of the celebrities that I have ever seen smoking a cigar come from the TV. All right, because and when I say TV, I mean the big screen TV. Because on most television shows or kid shows, you can't show smoke. You have to show it on a certain rating of a movie, which and rightfully so. That's probably the way it should be from here out. Adults should see it, not children. That's what it should be. So Sly and Arnold and all these guys that were in like these military movies where they're puffing on a big stick after a big battle or right before, especially in Predator where he's on the chopper and he's smoking the cigar before he gets off of it to go meet Dylan and does the big arm wrestling handshake, the one that they all have memes everywhere for it. Like he's puffing away on a cigar before he does that. So I've always been partial to Arnold because he's also huge. He's massive as well.
You know, one person that we've often forgot about was George Burns.
Oh, yeah, he's a different generation. And that dude, that was no joke. Like it was not an act. He smoked 5 cigars a day, every day, all the time, and lived to 110. Lived to
I think
110.
it's the Rolling Stones effect is what I call it, right? You've got all this partying and alcohol and sex, drugs, rock and roll, and they're still doing it today. And I know genetics have a part of that, but I will say that Mr. Burns, I think at one point he had 14 a day at his peak.
He might have. He might have, yeah.
I mean, like there was always an assistant there ready to go for the next one. And if I'm not mistaken, that article said it's the same one every time.
Who was the comedian that would drink and smoke a cigar on stage? There was a guy that used to do that.
Um, Something White,
Ron White.
Ron White. Yeah.
And and Ron would actually schedule his shows only in places that would support his habits because not every place would let you do that on stage.
Huh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, he would only play at places that were. That's why he did a lot of casinos. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm
Super
sure
cool.
they paid him very well, but
Right?
he would not perform somewhere where he could not have a cigar on stage.
That's wild. Have you ever visited a place that made cigars?
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. Of course. Yeah, yeah. Now, I would say I have not been to a place where they've grown the tobacco, but lots of places I have been to where they have the leaves and they create it in front of you. And Eric, to me, you got to let them age, man. You got to let them age. I've had them right there. They're not very good when they're freshly rolled like that. You've
Yeah.
got to stick them in your humidor. Even the ones that I get, I mean, this might be 6 months old. I put it in my humidor. I want it to be a certain way before I have it.
So for you guys that don't know,
Yeah.
cigars that are hand rolled and like literally put in a box and you smoke immediately are called green cigars. And one of the ways you can tell, this is called cellophane right here. So cellophane um, ages with the cigar. So the whatever happens with the wrapper kind of puts off a coloration into the cellophane, and you'll see it when you pick it up. It'll be brown. I had a San, what is it? Oh God, I forget the name of that cigar. Anyways, I had a cigar the other day. It was probably 10 years old. Dude, that thing was, you couldn't even see through it.
and keep that cellophane wrapper around your cigar. If it comes with it, keep it on there. It sounds so weird and like it keeps bugs out. It keeps bugs out. So it doesn't detract from the cigar, but it's one more level of protection on your stick if you just keep the cellophane around it.
And it allows you to mix with other cigars too. If you
Yep.
put it in a box, you don't have to worry about them melding together with the flavors because that's what it's doing. That's what it's doing when it's sitting there. It's melding with, like I was telling you about this one. It was made in Honduras, but it's got Jalapa, it's got San Andreas, it's got all kinds of stuff inside of here. Those tobaccos come up with a different flavor profile if they sit in there for a decent amount of time. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to smoke anything more than 10 years old
Oh, why not?
because it's probably a Nazi cigar and I don't want it. No, I'm just kidding.
It might be. It might be. You got to be careful. That's true.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode 2 of Ash to Ash. It's fantastic to hear your insight of what's going on, not only today, but how you grew up with cigars. And as we do this more and more, we'll have more deeper topics, Drew, for giving people an insight of who you are, who I am, but also to sort of mimic the cigar lounge that I've got here in my garage. I want people to sit down and enjoy the time when they have their cigar. And I am looking forward. Here's one thing that I'm really looking forward to you guys participating on comments. When you get on YouTube and you start watching these with your family, which happened last time on episode 1, it was a pretty good turnout. Everybody that subscribed is going to sit there and have their own input. I look forward to your comments and we will respond to those. If nothing more than just telling us how we're doing or a good topic that we can have for the following. I look forward to that.
Thanks so much for having me, Eric. Look forward to the next one.
Later, brother. Take care.